So we are partnering up with these people, the Weather Channel, um, Best Weather, and N8 Snyder. We are partnering up with those three people. Okay, we'll change the we'll add two banners here, but we'll add the first one. They're moving so fast too. Red, it needs to be red. Switch color right now to red. Okay, we're good. We're set. We're all set. So next one, we need to make we are partnering up with those people. We're also partnering up with the weather station, Weather Nation. We are partnering up with three people. The Weather Channel, which is the Weather Nation. And N8 Snyder, and Just Weather. Okay, now that should be good. Just writing down this, then thunder, storm, warn. Okay. We'll show the weather soon. Just gonna keep that right here for now. Okay. Have to write down some more. Mississippi, I did not even spell that. Just the only one we don't have is Texas. Can't write all these down. Really can't. Okay, here. Texas, we'll put all of them on them. So here, thunder, storm, one, four, heart, sure. Lure, which, I, T, A, and will, bad, sure, count, these, because they're ran, set, some other time, 0, 6, 45, P, PM, TGT, time, and slash, oops, slash, set, this one's Texas, right? Yeah. Oops. Supposed to be scrolling. Okay, there we go. Texas, good. Arizona's a new one, but we'll put it in there. we'll do the squirrel thing at the bottom. Severe under storm warning. Oh, it's funny. Only one. Pimpa. County. Fire. Orin. Sack. 0500. B. Oops. BM. MST. That's Garland. We have to check out. No, I think same.
Roll through. We should be fairly quiet through Saturday and then early on into Sunday, but then into Sunday afternoon, some energy will roll off the Rockies and some storms will get popping along about 4 p.m. or so. These will continue to move to the north and east with time, and by the time we get to 8 to 9 p.m., notice these are moving essentially straight to the north. There could be another round coming into western Nebraska at this point, and at any point in time here, they could be strong to severe. Then we reset everything into Monday. The early part of the day looks just fine, but as this cold front starts to push through into the eastern Dakotas by about 4 to 5 p.m., this is when we'll see possibly 2 rounds of storms, one of them ahead of the front in parts of northern and central Nebraska, and then into southeast South Dakota, and then a couple of isolated storms right along the front as well, back into parts of South Dakota. These through 7 to 8 p.m. will probably be fairly strong and could be severe. Once again, looking at all severe weather hazards on the table. Probably not a lot of flooding concerns because these will be pretty isolated storms, but we'll probably pick up about an inch of rain in areas that do get the storms. Heat alerts, though, expanding across the region. This is through the next few days. Temperatures are going to be getting close to that triple-digit mark. Heat index temperatures will push us above that triple-digit mark, as you can see for Bismarck. 99 for Sunday, then 86 Monday, 79 Tuesday. So there is a pretty decent cool down ahead for some spots. Others, though, not going to be quite as lucky, like Minneapolis, staying in the upper 90s through Sunday, and then only cooling back down to 90 degrees on Tuesday. So we're also going to have those heat index temperatures closing in on 105 or higher, and it is going to be pretty miserable out there. In terms of Pierce temperatures, the worst will be Sunday, and then we'll see things get better into next week. A little bit of a temperature roller coaster ride, though, bouncing around between the 80s and 90s. Davenport will have the worst of the heat Monday, Tuesday, getting close to 100 on Tuesday. Chances for rain return for Wednesday and Friday with these systems that roll through. Severe weather potential, though, at least for the plains, not looking too terrible for western Nebraska, though there is a small chance of a couple of isolated severe storms. Most of the region, though, clear for the weekend, not really looking at any active weather here. Very warm, though, for Kansas and Salina, 75 overnight. Cooler towards the east, places into Missouri and Illinois, ending up in the 50s. So really not too bad at all. Heat index, though, as we head into Sunday, still pretty nasty for Lincoln, feeling like 105, but feeling like 100 for Des Moines. A little bit cooler elsewhere, but in general here, too, our temperatures are kind of all over the place, but on the warm bias compared to average. Kansas City averages 85. Will be into the middle and upper 90s through most of the week. Omaha, the heat is on through Monday, and then things get a little bit better. Cooler day of the week appears to be Wednesday with a better chance for rain as well. Quickly into the Great Lakes, we'll have a few showers move through the UP of Michigan and into eastern lower Michigan, including the Detroit area through Sunday and Monday. There could be some heavy showers at times. They could also be relatively stationary, so we'll be watching for the possibility of flooding. Now we'll take you down to the south central U.S. Beautiful view of people enjoying the weekend in Port Aransas.
Oh, yes, Port Aransas is looking very beautiful out here along the Gulf of Mexico. Everyone is parked along the shorelines, and it's just a fantastic afternoon to take on some heat relief from all this relentless heat across South Texas. Here's a forecast, though. For Father's Day, it's going to be rather toasty, so wear that sunscreen. May see a small chance of rain here or there, but it's going to get even hotter next week. So here's a forecast across the southern plains. We'll see a few spotty showers here or there. Otherwise, we'll just be continuing just to sweat a lot throughout this area. We'll see those temperatures in the 90s and triple digits. And then for Monday, still may see a spotty shower here or there, but we're going to see a large area of high pressure building into the region, which is going to shut down any kind of air that try to rise. For the overnight, we'll see temperatures falling back down to the 60s and 70s, slightly lower humidity for Little Rock, temperatures upper 80s for Sunday. Compare that to near 100 for Dallas or 100 degrees for Abilene. It's going to feel more like 101 for Abilene, 100 degrees for Wichita Falls and Dallas. Dallas, your forecast looking very roasty and toasty, lower 100, lows at night, very muggy air, near 80. That's just some very nasty conditions. Across Louisiana and Texas along the Gulf Coast, we'll see a few spotty showers here and there. Otherwise, it's going to be more the same like we normally see for late June standards. We see a few additional scattered showers between Corpus and Brownsville for the day on Monday. Otherwise, very muggy air. Lows look upper 70s for our Sunday. Temperatures is going to feel like 106 for Lake Charles, 104 for Houston, 98 for San Angelo. Our 3-day forecast shows temperatures into the 90s and triple digits. For the Alamo City, we will continue to sweat too. Temperatures in the 101, 100 degree range, 102, 104 for next Friday and Saturday. Lows at night, middle 70s. Lastly, into West Texas, most of the monsoon moisture will stay off towards the west, at least initially, for New Mexico into the region around El Paso. We may see a slightly better chance for areas around El Paso with Roswell and Carlsbad by Monday afternoon. And for Sunday, temperatures 97 degrees for El Paso, 101 for Del Rio, 91 for Lubbock. Your 3-day forecast shows air activity for El Paso and it means for thunderstorms. Otherwise, it's more the same here. Lots of heat and a bit of
Angie is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. Inside, outside, big or small, Angie helps you find the right solution for whatever you need done. With Angie, you can connect with top local pros and see ratings and reviews. Just search or scroll to see upfront pricing on hundreds of projects. And when you book and pick your Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. It's easy to make your home an Angie home. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done. From the moment you wake up, you're on your feet. But for the 1 in 4 adults who suffer from bunions, every step may be painful. And if left untreated, bunions only get worse over time. With the old way of doing surgery, bunions often return. Lapiplasty 3D bunion correction is changing that. Lapiplasty's innovative approach realigns your toe and secures the joint to fix the root cause. There are risks associated with surgery. Find a Lapiplasty surgeon today and learn more about the Lapiplasty procedure at lapiplasty.com.
Are you having problems with the IRS? Our trained professionals here at Wallen Associates have over 30 years experience helping individuals and businesses solve their tax problems.
The IRS was garnishing my paycheck, but Wallen Associates had my levy released within 48 hours. Wallen Associates got the IRS off my back, and I never had to talk to them again.
We'll meet with you in person, face to face, at a local office near you.
Please call 800-298-1745. That is 800-298-1745.
Taking a break, twiddle in your pen, and you remember, you gotta be an OBGYN. Search
lower side when you suffer like it hurts when you pee. Reviews and ratings let you dig a little deeper. Doing research doesn't make you a creeper. Good bedside manner needs to love. Someone who fits like a blue rubber glove.
I wanted to show you guys something that has been truly bringing me joy, and that is HelloFresh. I get a variety of delicious ingredients, and I can whip up my meal in about 20 to 30 minutes, and I save money, which are all touchdowns in my book.
Go to HelloFresh.com and use code TV16 for 16 free meals plus 3 free gifts.
The heat is on across Grand Forks, North Dakota. You can't see the heat, but you can feel it by looking at this camera here. We're seeing a little bit of some wind, which is a good help. Some things obviously you want to be doing with heat and stagnant air because no wind, that's really awful. But a little bit of a breeze does help things out just a tad, as we are 3 days away from astronomical summer, as that will be the longest day of the year, and that would take place on Tuesday morning. Look at the heat alerts. We're still seeing some heat alerts across the state of Mississippi, but probably later on tonight, most of the heat alerts across the southeast will begin to wind down, as there is some slightly cooler air to the north across Tennessee into North Carolina. That'll continue to sink down to some parts of the southeast. Going to be not as hot.
We will be right back.
Sunday throughout the southeast, but the heat, is going to go right back in as we move into next week. So enjoy this small break. So for Little Rock, temperatures into the upper 80s, Atlanta near 90, Raleigh lower 80s. That feels amazing. Look down towards New Orleans, Mobile, Houston. Temperatures in the upper 90s, and the price and the ability of the heat index and that moisture is going to feel more like 103 for Mobile, 107 for Houston. And your 3-day forecast for Houston shows temperatures falling a few degrees, about 95 for Tuesday afternoon. Little Rock, we're back up to the upper 90s for Tuesday. Atlanta, we're near 100 for Tuesday afternoon. Jacksonville, we'll see those temperatures into the 80s and 90s. So through Thursday, as a large area of high pressure builds back towards the east, we'll see more record heat from Texas all the way into the Ohio River Valley. So we will see the high pressure ridge move to the west towards the central United States. That's where we have lots of heat alerts for the next couple of days. Then by the middle part of next week, it slides right back towards the east. So through Monday, we do have heat alerts across eastern Montana, most of North Dakota, most of South Dakota, Nebraska, portions of Kansas, and most of Minnesota, where this region too could also see some records going down from Sunday through Tuesday afternoon. So for Sunday, we'll see a temperature of 97 degrees for Minneapolis, and I feel more like 102. Des Moines, 93, so I feel more like 98. Indianapolis, and for Chicago, temperatures will be in the lower to the 80s, as you're still looking at tropical pressure over the eastern parts of the United States. That's why it's not feeling as hot compared to areas across the central United States, across Dodge City, Bismarck, and also Fort Case, where temperatures will be feeling in the upper 90s.
Okay, we're back.
Temperatures from Dodge City towards Des Moines and Minneapolis will easily be 10 to 20 degrees above normal this time of the year. Across the southwest, we're also still dealing with quite a bit of heat, but we're also looking at monsoon moisture, which is making things not as hot and really moisture across the southwest. And for more information about the heat and the monsoon, here's a field correspondent, Ben McMillan.
Yeah, good day, everyone. Ben McMillan, Weather Nation TV, tracking the monsoon push here in the desert southwest. We've got some showers and thunderstorms developing between Phoenix and Tucson this morning, and hopefully that's the indication of what's to come for much of the state of Arizona as we go into your weekend. We're going to be looking at that chance of showers and thunderstorms and some good measurable rainfall increasing throughout the day. So that's going to bring along with it the nice rain that will hopefully
we have to put Montana on there. We do.
We might not even break 100 today. That's pretty amazing considering we've been well above 100, even 110 in some situations the last few weeks with that excessive heat. So that's going to be a nice break for people. We want to remind folks, though, along with that monsoon threat comes the hazard of lightning, dust storms, and flash flooding. So make sure you're watching the highway conditions if you're traveling, especially between Phoenix and Tucson today. It's definitely possible we could see some blowing dust and monitor local conditions for any of those dust storm advisories, dust storm warnings, and of course, keep it here on Weather Nation. We'll let you know exactly where those storms are going and what they're doing. But as you can see here in Phoenix so far, just some increasing clouds here. Looking out to the east, that's going to continue throughout the day and hopefully bring that rainfall chance into the area. For Weather Nation reporting, I'm Ben McMillan. We'll throw it back to you.
Good information there from Ben, and pretty crazy that Phoenix may not even hit 100, but all that cloud cover helps to insulate us from the blazing sun that is so prevalent in the desert Southwest. That monsoon moisture, though, starting to come up from the south, whether it's from the Pacific or from the Gulf of Mexico, wherever the stream of that moisture is where the areas of heavy rain and storms will follow. There is going to be a little bit of a shift in this, though, going into Sunday and Monday. We'll see this instead of straight south to north. It's going to be a little bit more to the northeast, which means Arizona will likely lose out on a lot of that moisture. Further, parts of Arizona, including Portal, have received over
Montana,
parts of New
we have
Mexico,
to put somewhere.
just about 2/3 of an inch of rain to over an inch. And in this part of the world, that is a lot of rain for one day. So we'll continue to take anything we can get the remainder of the day throughout the Four Corners region. We'll see that possibility for thunderstorms, although notice western Arizona not really included in that thunderstorm outlook. And then as we head into Sunday, this moves a little bit more close to New Mexico and a lot of Colorado dealing with the moisture. Not so much though for Utah or Arizona, which is where many of the active wildfires are burning. You know, we really do need the moisture to help quell those fires. There are a lot of them in New Mexico as well, but we've had some help the last few days of additional rain, and that has helped to contain some of the wildfires. Although with this persistent stream of moisture, there's going to be some heavy rain moving through parts of New Mexico and into Colorado, and perhaps into Wyoming through the day Sunday. Not much rain through Utah or Arizona, and as we get into the later part of the day, there's going to be some really heavy rain from Santa Fe to Albuquerque and Socorro, right along I-25 in areas to the east. Really do need this rain, but that could also trigger some flash flood concerns, especially around burn-scarred areas. Into Monday, we'll reset everything here too, and New Mexico once again going to get a burst of heavy rain possible throughout the remainder of that day. So we're looking at seeing pretty active stretches of time here thanks to the monsoon moisture due to all of this heavy rain falling in the same spots. Going to see the potential for excessive rain, meaning flash flood risk, elevated a little bit for a lot of western New Mexico and eastern Arizona. Some of these rain totals, though, starting to creep up. A few spots towards Alamogordo and Roswell maybe could get more than 4 inches of rain. That would absolutely be problematic.
Yes, you can see it on the screen too.
At the same time,
roughly.
this moisture return.
What? Just maybe a little bit closer. See,
Now they fit your
really.
Because of the number one expandable hose in the world comes another amazing pocket hose, the Silver Bullet. It's making other hoses obsolete. Look, that old hose is a pain in the grass, but the new Silver Bullet is the hassle-free hose. Just turn on the water, and the Silver Bullet inflates from pocket size to super size. It's the hands-free hose that grows and grows. Now, turn off the water, and it shrinks back to a super light pocket hose. It's putting itself away. The other hose, it just sits there. No more dragging heavy hoses, no flipping and whipping to clear the cake. The Silver Bullet will never cake. I mean, come on. Look at that. Now that's a cake. Look at the water pressure. The exclusive bullet shell outer casing resists snagging and tearing and wearing. It easily maneuvers around the garden without crushing your plants. The machine aluminum connectors make it safe for drinking. It's the lightest hose I've ever owned. Come on, dump that heavy hose and grab a pocket hose. Get your 25-foot pocket hose Silver Bullet today. Still just $19.99. You also get our adjustable bullet nozzle, a $20 value, absolutely free. Powerful enough to make all that equipment look like new again. Our new pocket hose works as hard as you do. Hold on, order now, and you can double it to two.
Screen or not.
Separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon, so make sure it's legit and not a counterfeit. Get the original pocket hose Silver Bullet today.
think you can. I hope you can see it now.
Or visit silverbulletHose.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit silverbulletHose.com. Don't wait. Order now. Each year, Americans waste piles of money by overpaying on car and home insurance. So I went to thezebra.com.
You can
Zebra shows you which top providers can actually save you money. You can save as much as $900. That's for 2 car payments and more. Compare for free at thezebra.com now.
You might have to stand up for this one. Change it by hand.
Happy weekend, and thanks for joining us here on Weather Nation for your Western regional forecast, starting out in the Northwest with a cool view. Valley fog and snow out to Idaho. The Northwest and especially the Northern Rockies, pretty active over the next couple of days. We have chances for severe storms again for the remainder of today and into Sunday. Less active to the Pacific Northwest. There will still be some showers and some clouds around, but it's not going to be stormy like it is going to be elsewhere. And that will also come along with some cool temperatures for the most part along the Pacific Northwest by heating up into Montana and Wyoming, which is part of the reason why we have the severe weather risk. Today, this extends from Salmon to Missoula, Great Falls out towards about Custer, and does include the possibility of extremely large hail, upwards of 2 inches in diameter. There was also a tornado and a gusty wind threat. Hail, though, does appear to be the biggest concern. And then as the system moves into parts of eastern Montana and Wyoming on Sunday, that's where we'll find our severe weather outlook there as well. Same thing, gusty winds and hail are going to be our biggest concerns, but we can't ever totally discount that tornado threat. Between now and 7 p.m. is when we'll see some of these isolated storms in northwestern Montana have that possibility of very large hail and gusty winds. There's not going to be a ton of storms, but whatever storms are out there will have the opportunity to become very strong. Overnight, a lot of this activity will diminish, but there could still be some lightning and some thunderstorms that will be general thunderstorms. But into 3 p.m. or so tomorrow, this is when for eastern Montana and Wyoming, we'll see that better chance for strong to severe storms. Quickly, this activity moves into Canada by 9 p.m., and then we still have a little bit of energy left over. So for western Montana and into Idaho, there will be some additional rain and maybe even some flakes flying on some of our high mountain peaks into Monday. Still, as this low pressure system is rotating around in the upper levels of the atmosphere, there will be additional amounts of energy leading to more scattered showers and a few storms on Montana and the northern Rockies will end up with a little bit more snow and more rain, which could also promote the possibility of flooding. Probably going to see a widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain, but there could be some areas picking up more than that, and that would definitely make the flooding concerns greater for areas around Missoula. Overnight, mostly in the 40s and 50s for western Montana and Idaho, 60s for eastern Wyoming and into Montana, which is why we have the severe weather risk. It's also warm and humid here through the day on Sunday, although not as bad. 85 for Miles City, and then temperatures back to the west, staying in the 60s. Monday, more of that heat will continue to push to the east, and we'll get some of this cool air draining in from Canada, and most of our temperatures will stabilize in the 60s and 70s. Missoula, best chance for rain and thunderstorms comes today and tomorrow, and then we'll have another chance for rain Monday before things clear out into early next week, and we return back to the 70s and 80s, which is pretty close to average for this time of year. Jackson, cool day on Monday with rain, 58, but then back to the 70s and 80s by the time we go to Tuesday and onwards, and then the sunshine will return as well. Looking at the Pacific Northwest, there will be a few showers kind of hanging around on the trailing edge of this low pressure system, but we're not expecting widespread rain. Mostly it's just going to be a few showers here and there and cloud cover. Many of us getting less than an inch of rain. Staying on the cool side though, 37 overnight for Burns, the I-5 corridor, and we got mostly in the 50s. And looking at the next several days, the 60s and Tuesday, 70 degrees. Now I'll take you down to Flagstaff, Arizona, seeing some rain, which is great news.
Oh, yes, this is definitely great news to see here across Flagstaff, Arizona, and we're also continuing to see that moisture build in across the state of New Mexico. We're also following up to flash flood warnings earlier on our Saturday, so we continue to see that continue to move throughout this region over the next couple of days as we're continuing to see that monsoon flow roll on through. Look at the rainfall amounts we have seen throughout the four corners. It will happen for hours. Not a lot of rain, but usually amounts around like this could maybe lead to some minor flooding.
Okay, then we'll switch to New Mexico.
And we're already going to see some very strong gusty winds moving through the state of Utah and from Nevada. We're seeing wind gusts near 90 miles an hour for Blue Eagle Ranch, Nevada. We also have a flash flood watching effect between Grand Junction, Denver, and Steamboat Springs along Interstate 70, as we will see an uptick of showers and storms building throughout this region. So we have a cold front off towards the west, and also have that
Switching back to New Mexico.
It will lead to a better chance of seeing showers and storms across Colorado, and we'll see a better chance of rain across the I-25 corridor as we roll into our Sunday, not Monday, we are drying out.
And then to probably down here.
Overnight, temperatures falling down to the 50s and 60s. Forecast features temperatures ranging from the 70s into the 80s. We're near 90 for Denver. For Sunday, we'll see low 80s by Tuesday afternoon. Denver, Colorado, we'll see those temperatures into the middle 80s for Monday and Tuesday. How about 91?
What does he stand? I know. Go on, press C. I want to press Control. Control E? Hopefully not. Okay, thank goodness.
Sunday, and again, we'll see a better chance for shadow activity throughout most of the state of New Mexico, moving into the Panhandle, Texas, and Oklahoma by Monday. So our forecast for Albuquerque,
Control A.
thunderstorms from Sunday all the way through Thursday, which is some good news. As a result of the slightly better chance of rain for Tuesday.
Control Z. Control C.
Middle 60s. Then across Northern California, the rain that we did see on Friday
No.
for Saturday will be moving more towards the east into Utah.
Control A. Okay, Control B. Control. Whoops. Control B. Control V.
Shipping right to your door. Together, make a difference.
Okay, what about this one?
That doesn't look good. I know what to do.
Nothing?
What's that? You go to cashpayusa.com.
Control O?
I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Nope.
Saving the day is easy.
Control S? Okay.
Why is everyone talking about lavage and nasal irrigation?
I long suffers from chronic
What's this?
infection.
You need to clean that crap out of your nose. The science
Banners.
allergens and germs invade
Control
your nose.
B.
Lavage is an all-natural way to clean your nose using powered suction to flush out allergens,
Control
and
M.
viruses.
No.
Makes nose cleaning easy so you can
What happened?
sleep deeper and
Is it
feel
still there?
healthier.
I love this thing.
Are we still there? What happened? Are we still there? Okay. Control M. Control I. Control J. Control 1. Control 2. Control 3. Control 4. Control 5. Control 1. Control 2. Oh, one tap's open now. Okay, there we go. Control T. Control U. Control U is that, apparently. Okay, I did not what's happening. Control U. Okay, create a banner is CB, no, CB, no, Control B, Control C, X, Z, S, B, B, Control B, and Control E, at Control live, they are live.
So start with Florida and make our way throughout the rest of the country. So you can see across Florida, thunderstorms are beginning to wind down, at least with the intensity of those storms, which is some good news. But we're starting to see some new development between Golden Gate and the Pines that continue to sneak down towards the south. As of right now, this activity remains below severe limits, but we still can see some gusty winds, some gusty winds, some heavy rain, and potentially some hail could also be a concern with these thunderstorms continue to sneak more towards the south over the next hour or so. Across the northeast, we have this area of low pressure that's hanging out across Maine, which is producing a little bit of some light rain showers stretching from near Burlington down towards Connecticut. This will all continue to move.
There's not too much storms, really. But we did team up with partners.
This is not the only area across the country where we're looking at some mild temperatures. Many of us are dealing with lots of heat. Then across the Arctic, we are seeing some showers and thunderstorms right now. There was a severe thunderstorm warning earlier around Wichita Falls that has now been allowed to expire.
So we did team up with partners, though.
Near Fayetteville, down towards Central Canada, seeing some other scattered activity over towards the state of Mississippi. This will all continue to move towards the west or fall apart over the next hour or so. This is pretty much those typical summertime thunderstorms we see this time of the year. As everything is tracking from the east towards the west. Then into the Mountain West, we do have one lonely severe thunderstorm warning to the north of Great Falls. This is just to the north of Havre. We have a severe thunderstorm warning here for Hill County and for Blaine County at 6:15 local time. The thunderstorm here is capable of producing hailstones around ping pong size, 1.5 inches in diameter. Let's take you out to Naples, where we are almost done with the Saturday evening, but Karen, the beaches are still filling up with people.
Definitely. You got a nice evening now that some cooler air has moved in. It's not stormy anymore, and you even get a little hint of the sunset there in the background. Makes for a pretty nice Saturday evening in Florida. But ahead of that, We had a lot of gusty winds with these storms that formed along the cold front. Melbourne Beach came in with some of the lighter wind gusts, so to speak, at 52 miles an hour. Titusville near 64 miles an hour winds. And throughout a lot of Florida, we can kind of track where the front was. It started around I-10 this morning and just kind of cruised through the rest of the state through the day, bringing with it those gusty storms with some large hailstones too, but large hailstones for Florida, at least with this round of storms, was about an inch in diameter. So through the remainder of the evening, there is still a limited severe weather risk, although I think a lot of this is going to be along and south of 75 out towards South Florida. Get an update in about an hour from the Storm Prediction Center. But in any case, gusty winds and hail do remain our bigger concerns here. But it's not just for today. We'll see this extend into tomorrow as well. So all of these areas of rain and storms will continue to push to the south overnight and quiet down for the most part into the evening. There could be a few little coastal showers and storms as do tend to happen in this time of year. But as the front continues to push slowly to the south through tomorrow, it will reignite some of these storms, and it could be on either side of the boundary. At this point in time, there's not a whole lot of dry air back behind this. So Tampa, Orlando, out towards Gainesville, there could be a couple storms through around lunchtime. Heavier rain and thunderstorms, though, likely from Orlando to the south. And we'll see this continue through the afternoon, right along the front, and probably a little bit more activity into the evening hours than we had today. There remains a marginal risk of severe weather for the day Sunday, to include those heavy thunderstorms that could have gusty winds and large hail.
There's not too much weather, so we're gonna end this. And thanks so much for watching. So we're gonna end this because there's no too much weather. See ya all later. Bye.